Hello everybody, can you hear me okay? Hello, 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 and welcome from my channel and anybody who's here from this channel anyways. Can you hear me alright? For some reason my mic had removed itself from here, so I just had to re-add it, so I apologize if you didn't hear me at first. I was talking, but it decided it didn't want to come through. But hi! If you just come over from my channel, make sure you drop a follow here on the It Gets Better channel as well. It's a wonderful, wonderful non-profit, you guys, that we're going to learn so much about over the time that you're here, I hope. And there's lots of ambassadors, not just me, who do so many amazing streams, playing various games, chatting with you guys, doing all sorts of really cool stuff that I think you'll enjoy. So if you haven't already, make sure you do a little follow. Alright, so bear with me a second because my mic settings reset. So for those who don't know, I've only just got back from America recently, and the last time I did my last stream here on the It Gets Better channel, it was from America. So all my settings are reset. So is the music a good volume right now? Is it too loud, too quiet? Let me know, because everything reset. Which is really annoying. Stupid computer. I've been having a lot of computer issues, so please bear with me. Because I have essentially had... Hi Mia, hi Roxy, hi Gabs, how are you? Hi Streaming Things, how are you? Hi Eliza. Basically, this computer was given to me by a company that built it for me a while ago. And it was very nice of them, but for whatever reason, it just has a lot of issues. I have the exact same computer in America that I bought with the exact same parts. Doesn't have this issue. Basically, this one will just randomly crash when I launch certain games. The whole thing just freezes out and I have to shut it down by forcibly shutting it down. Like, it's got some wild issues. Just loading like a new Roblox realm can crash the whole thing. It's absolutely wild and very annoying and frustrating, but it is what it is. I'm glad you're doing well. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Roxy. Hi, Odieli. Hi, Sanji. How are you? Hi, Hollybobs. Hi, it's Avi. How are you? Hi, Nicole. I just turned the music up a little bit. Is that a bit better for you guys? Or is it still too quiet? Let me know. I had everything set up last night, and then my PC crashed. And apparently it decided after crashing that it would just make all of my settings reset, which is just really, really annoying. I am just going to let my Discord know that we are live on here. And so we're going to be talking about Women's History Month stuff, Trans Day visibility, general LGBTQ plus chats like always. Letting my Discord know really quick. Okay. Cool. James, if you're watching, would you mind doing a little pingy ping in the hall monitor mod chat and just letting them know that we're live here? Because for the reasons, the same announcement I got you to make yesterday, basically, just a little reminder. You can reply to your old one and just hit and say it's live now if you want. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. I probably look a bit different to the last time you guys saw me on this channel because I have got longer hair. I had hair extensions recently. I'm still getting used to them and how to take care of them and make them look nice, so bear with me. I'm not used to having such long hair, but I have missed having long hair so bad. So I'm so excited to be back with longer hair. I'm just going to check on my Instagram too, because normally It Gets Better does a little Instagram promo thing when I stream on here. They have, so I just want to add it to my story real quick. Live now. Come say hi. Calls. So welcome on everybody. Basically, if you've never watched me stream on this channel before, I talk mostly about a lot of LGBTQ plus related stuff, because that's kind of the whole point of It Gets Better. I do play games on here sometimes as well, but I primarily like to do like little chatting streams. However, this year, because I have streamed for It Gets Better for a year before this, I streamed last year, you may remember, Last year I did basically all just chatting streams. This year I've been doing more gaming ones. But today I kind of wanted to do a game, just chatting one focused. Because I thought it would be fun to do makeup. Because I haven't done a makeup stream in literally ages. And I love vibing with you guys. And a bunch of you guys actually reached out to me and said that you were going to tell me your ideas and stuff that you'd like for my streams, and a lot of you guys said that one of the things you missed was makeup streams. So I thought this is the perfect time because we are going to be talking about LGBTQ stuff and Women's History Month and all that good stuff, and I thought let's do makeup at the same time while we chat. I also opened up a few pages for some inspirational women I thought we could talk about. I found some articles that both have some inspirational women who are inspirational and changing the world currently, and some inspirational women from history that have changed the world in positive ways in the past. I thought it'd be fun to like chat about those as well. And also, because my stream is on the 20th of every month, I am a little bit early for Trans Day Visibility because it's coming up on the 31st. I thought it'd be fun to have a little chat about that as well, since obviously I won't be streaming on this channel on that day, so I thought that'd be nice. That is like a nice pretty globe thing. This, the snow globe, it's a Taylor Swift snow globe. This one is the like the cardigan one, and if you turn it on, it actually plays the song. I do also have the All Too Well one as well. Knocking things over to get it, but I do have the All Too Well one as well. Yeah. Like, my room is such a mess at the moment because, as I said, I'm moving soon. Because, for those who don't know, you may be unaware of this. Atlas, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. I think I've just realized I might have not added the alerts because I'm also dumb. Oh, and I've also forgotten the captions. I have my life together, I promise. I do. I promise I have my life together. Definitely. You know? Give me a second to just grab this real quick. Okay. Add browser captions. It's because this year the stuff was changed and updated to these really fancy new browser thingies. Like these new assets. And I did update them all while I was in America, but forgot to do it here as well. Totally my fault. I am a moron. Okay. There we go. We can breathe. So, for those of you who have hopped on in, we always start off the streams with questions and stories. I like to give you guys the floor to basically share with me your stories, questions, anything really that you would like to share, because I realize that there's lots of things that you guys might want to talk about. You might want to share with us your experiences, things like that. So I always like to start off with that. So if you have anything in particular that you would like to share, it would be really nice if you could like to share some of your stories or ask any questions. LGBTQ plus related, of course. We'll get started with that. I'll give you guys a second to type those in. But if you're just joining in, I'm going to read you the thing that explains what It Gets Better is, for those of you who may not know. Basically, It Gets Better started in 2010. The first It Gets Better viral video, first video went viral then. And it says tens of thousands of LGBTQ plus celebrities, influencers, sports stars, and everyday people have shared their stories about how things got better for them to encourage LGBTQ plus youth on their own journeys. So it's basically, essentially, all about uplifting, empowering, and connecting LGBTQ plus youth around the globe, mainly so that you guys know that you aren't alone and that things do genuinely get better. That's kind of the whole point. So, I am so hyped to be here streaming for It Gets Better today. I love streaming for them. They're always so wonderful. And I am so hyped, as always. Obviously, for those of you who do know me, you already know a lot about me if you've come from my channel. But if you don't know me, my name is B. My pronouns are she, her. I am trans female myself. And I just love chatting about all sorts of stuff when it comes to LGBTQ plus things. I try really hard as a main goal in life to try and create spaces where people can feel comfortable and safe and talk about basically the things they've got going on in their lives. And I know that when I was a teenager, I would have really, really loved to have trans people that I could have watched in the media to make me feel less odd, I suppose, is the best way I could describe it. That's how I felt as a child. And I think that LGBTQ plus representation in the media was quite negative a lot when I was younger. And when I finally found YouTubers in probably like 2015 or so, I was about between 14 and 16, I started watching YouTubers, and I came across some people like Steph Sanyati, for example, who are trans creators themselves. And I think that really, it just opened my mind a lot to the fact that there are a lot of LGBTQ people out there, and that there's nothing wrong with me for the way I am. And so I think, I hope that I can be that person for some people, if that makes sense. I know somebody just said, let me see. I can't remember. Somebody said that they were thankful for me as a trans person themselves, but I think I missed that. So anyways, yeah, I'm really excited because I am moving. For those who don't know, I am getting married soon. I am engaged. That's something that happened in the last few months. I think I have seen you guys since then, but I don't know how many of you know that. So like lots of life changes for me, which is kind of why I'm all flustered and why it's such a mess behind me, because I'm packing things up. Let's have a read through some of these things that you guys have been sharing. Have you ever been discriminated against, like / feel like you were, but they denied what they were doing? Online, absolutely. I get discriminated against online fairly regularly. However, I have grown to a point in my life where I care much less about the things that people say, because there's always going to be mean or negative people in the world, but they are not important to me, and so I don't really care what they think. In person, I've only ever had a couple of experiences that were a bit negative. Like, for example, I had an experience where in a shoe shop, for example, I had my feet sized because I wanted to buy some shoes, and somebody, the staff member, refused to show me to the female shoes and showed me to the male department instead. And I could tell that they were doing it on purpose. I just left because I was like, well, you know, whatever. But that's the only real experience I've had in person with something like that. I have had people like stare at me a couple of times, but you know, more for them. I just don't really care. So yeah, I have experienced of some things, but I would say that the love and kindness that people share with me and the kind people in my life massively outweigh the negativity that I may have experienced or do experience sometimes. It definitely makes it easier to deal with. I don't really care as much because of the good people in my life, if that makes sense. Sorrel said, I'm a lesbian Christian and have been dating my girlfriend for about a month and a half. Our final prom is coming up and I want to post a photo of us, but also with a caption that's kind of like saying I'm in a relationship with her. I'm a little bit nervous on how my friends and family are going to react because they're religious, and they're trying to say this thing. I'm finally finding my self-confidence again, and I think I'm ready to announce that I like girls. The only thing I would say, Sorrel, with coming out is if you are a child or a young person who is living at home with your parents, I would be trying to make sure that you're going to be safe if you come out. If for whatever reason you feel that your parents are so religious or so steadfast in their beliefs that it could put you in danger if you came out, for example, if they were to throw you out of your home or worse, I would say that it's always better to wait a little bit until you're a bit more self-sufficient and don't rely on them as much to come out, just in case. However, if you think that you are going to be safe and that nothing significantly bad could happen to you when you're ready to come out, then of course that's up to you. Nobody else can really tell you when it's time or when it's right to do it. The opinions of people who aren't in your life or important to you doesn't really matter. You should only care about the opinions of people who are kind and care about you too, and those people who are truly kind and care about you are not going to care about who you love. So I think that first and foremost, you just need to make sure that you are safe. That's the most important thing. And then additionally, as I said, the people who matter to you in your life, then they're not going to judge you. If they judge you, then they're not important to you. And you honestly should be able to find people in your life, and you will find people in your life who will support and love you for who you are, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. I have a question for trans femme people. Where do you get your shoes from if you have a big shoe size? Okay, so Paul, I am very lucky I don't have very large feet, so I don't have to shop at specific stores. However, there are specific stores that specifically sell larger size feet, not feet, larger size shoe sizes, not just for trans people, but for women who have larger feet in general. Some women are taller and larger than others. Some do have larger feet sizes and shoe sizes. So there are online stores normally, most likely where you'll be able to find them, that do exist. You can Google and search for them. But there are also a lot of smaller businesses now that are actually specifically owned by trans people, making things for trans people. So if you want something really specific like that, I would absolutely encourage you to check out what small businesses you can find and potentially support who are specifically making products to help affirm trans people. There are quite a lot out there that you can find. Just obviously do your due diligence and make sure that you investigate them and check reviews and things like that before you order from them, as always. Because unfortunately there are obviously unkind people who do unkind things, so just always make sure that you are super careful all the time. How can you build a long-distance relationship with both partners are really busy and don't always have time to call? Both me and my girlfriend have exams this year and next year, and because of that, we don't tend to be online at the same time so often anymore. Honestly, this is something that I kind of understand because my fiance obviously right now is in America. I have obviously, however, not always been online. Like, we've been in person for months, and I've come back to England to sort of things out and see my family and things like that, and it is hard. I do find it hard to be apart, especially when you're on like a time difference of 5 or more hours depending on where you're from. I think that sometimes it's really difficult to find time for each other. I think the best thing that you can do with friends as well is try to set times for things. Like, try to agree on times where you both know that you're going to be free. Say, for example, Friday at 6, and you make sure that you have that time to spend together, especially when you're busy with important things. There's obviously exams, stuff like that. They're all very important. You got to make sure not to neglect them too. So sometimes planning those things out can really help. Like I said in the other stream, my mental health has been really down in the dumps recently, mostly to do with body dysmorphia and transphobia from my mom, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm finally going back to my nursery place tomorrow, which is really scary after not going for so long, especially my dad doesn't really understand mental health himself. The most important thing I think here, Autistic Angel, is first of all, you recognize your own mental health, and you recognize that you want to go back into like the world and go back into your nursery placement and things like that. I think it's really good that you are pushing yourself to do that. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. There's nothing wrong with that. Just take things one step at a time and one day at a time. And I really hope your mom comes around. I know you've said before, though, that it's probably unlikely. And in that case, obviously, just remember that your dad loves you and the people around you and your friends love and support you, and we love and support you, and that you will have a better support network in the future when you meet more people, especially people, you know, I found my support network in the oddest of places. I was a teacher at the time when I came out, and I was terrified. I thought the teachers were going to be horrible to me, and they weren't. They were so accepting and so kind, and that's where I actually made my first, like, affirming group of friends. They were wonderful, and I honestly found that that was like one of the best things I ever did, was trusting those people and letting them in, and I ended up with some amazing friends. Now obviously that doesn't happen to everyone the same way, but I really hope it does for you. I have every faith that you will find people who affirm you and you feel comfortable with. I see so many posts online that have a negative opinion of LGBTQ+ people, and many people IRL making genuine comments that are hateful towards LGBTQ+ people, and it makes me scared that being LGBTQ+ in the future will come with lots of hardships. How do I deal with people near me who actually act negatively towards LGBT? First things first, I would say, you know, you mentioned in there about like figuring yourself out in the future. Take your time. There's no rush. It's all a journey. You know, take a breath and just allow yourself to figure out who you might be. There's no need to push yourself to figure it out right now. But secondarily, unfortunately, there are always going to be people in the world who are negative, who aren't very nice, who treat people poorly. It's not just exclusive to LGBTQ+ people. There are plenty of people in the world who are mean about people for all sorts of strange reasons. I would try to remind yourself that if they have a problem with you, they have a problem, right? You don't. There's nothing wrong with you for how you feel, just because other people, unfortunately, are unwilling You recognize other kinds of love or other kinds of expression. And the most important thing is that you learn to accept yourself as best as you can. And remember that one day you will be surrounded by people who love and care about you, because as you make friends and as you grow up and experience new people, the likelihood is you will meet people who think similarly to you and support you in the same way. And I really, really hope that you find a ton of people who can support you. In the meantime, my community is here for you. This community is here for you, and we support you regardless. So just bear that in mind, and I hope and wish for the best for you as well. Let me see. After 2 years in middle school, I was in a relationship, and it went great at first. Middle school relationships that's quite young, right? I'm not American, so I don't know what that means, but I imagine that's quite young. This person took everyone away from me in line. After some reason we stopped being together. I realized this one girl who was my friend was my ex-boyfriend's lies that I loved and liked this girl and felt different feelings I've never felt before. The first started to like girls near the end and going to 8th grade, and that's when you knew. Yeah, I was scared of telling my mom, but she supports you. Okay, I'm really glad to hear that she supports you. That's really good, and I'm really glad to hear that. I think when you're going through school, there's all sorts of like stuff going on in your head all the time. There's all sorts of wild stuff going on. It's very like traumatic, I think, growing up. You know, it's kind of hard sometimes because there's so much going on and you're trying to make friends and you're trying to figure out what you want to do in the future, and you have like all these different people are coming into your life and exiting your life, and just it can be wild sometimes trying to figure things out. The most important thing is that you just remember that it's good that you figured out how you feel right now, but you don't have to push yourself. You like label yourself and things like that. And if people don't want to be your friends because of who you are, you'll find better friends. You don't want friends that aren't supportive of you. Trust me. It will just bring you down. You don't need them. My whole family's supportive. I'm not worried about coming out to them. I'm just more worried about coming out to like my other friends and family members. Well, it's good that your family's supportive, Sorrel. However, like I said, with the other people outside of your life, there's friends. If they don't support you, then they're not true friends. You will find better ones. I promise you. Hi Freya, no problem, welcome on in. I'm supposed to be doing my makeup. I start getting myself ready. But I love chatting to you guys and reading your stories, so I get so like into it. I'm gender fluid, pansexual, and polyamorous. And in 2019, I came out to my mother. She pretended that she had expected it and outed me to my entire family. I do not ever leave the house due to the area I live in is not very accepting, and I'm horrified. I've been judged since I came out, including online by strangers, which had really brought me down for a while, and because of that my mental health has not been great. I'm really sorry to hear that, little dear. Sorry, I got hiccups. As always, like I said to the people before you, you will find people who support you, and eventually you won't have to stay in a place that makes you feel down. If your family doesn't support you as you grow up and you're able to become more self-sufficient, you won't have to be in contact with anybody who makes you feel down or sad or miserable or unhappy. The most important thing is that you know who you are and you learn to love yourself, and you remember that there are people who care about you. There are lots of people who care about you. My community cares about you. You are important to all of us, and you are important in this world. You got to keep reminding yourself of that. I know it's really hard, and I'm sorry that you're stuck in a position that makes you feel like that, but I promise you things will get better. You just got to keep pushing on and holding on, and I promise it will improve eventually. I'm scared to come out to my family. All of my friends know and are very supportive, but I know for a fact my parents wouldn't be, and it terrifies me. What should I do? If you know your parents wouldn't be supportive, similar to what I said to Sorrel before, it's probably a good idea for you to hold off on coming out if it could potentially make you unsafe until you're in a position where you don't necessarily need, say, your family to take care of you or let you live with them and things like that. You don't want to put yourself in a position where it could potentially put you in any harm. You got to make sure that you continue to focus on loving yourself and coming out when you know you're safe to. Please don't put yourself in any unnecessary danger that I know it can be hard because you want to come out, but if you could be in danger, it's a good idea to hold off for now. Babinski, it sounds kind of like a weird friendship if that person's bossing you around. Like, I wouldn't personally want to be friends with anybody who's trying to control me. It sounds kind of manipulative, in my opinion. That's up to you to figure out, of course, not me. But it does sound a bit strange. Hey B, my name is Delia, is that how you say that? I'm really sorry if I said that wrong. I'm a trans woman, and I don't know, I'm kind of lost in a deep and dark hole in my life right now. I'm currently an apprentice, and I'm so stressed because my exams are getting close. The deadline to sign in is coming closer. My instructor is making things hard. Okay, I'm really sorry that you're stressed. Trust me, I get that so much. Because when I was like about your age, I went to do like a traineeship, which is similar to an apprenticeship. You don't get paid. And you train like whilst working as an intern kind of vibe. Like it's not a paid thing. And I was incredibly stressed out. It was before I'd come out to everybody publicly. I'd only told my family. And at the time, even though my mom's supportive of me now, she was kind of so afraid of me potentially getting hurt or people being mean to me that she forced me to like sort of closet myself and not come out yet, which was really difficult. It was generally just a really hard time, and so I totally understand going through like exams, schooling, figuring out the rest of your life whilst you have these huge like things in your head about not knowing who you are and trying to control your feelings about or maybe you do know who you are but you can't get to that point. It can be so stressful. I didn't probably come out until I was 16, 17, and then I didn't actually, because of the waiting list in the UK, I didn't start any kind of hormones or properly transitioning until I was 20. So I completely understand how stressful that can be and how hard that can be, and I'm really sorry that you're in that place, but I can tell you from someone who's been in a very similar place, things did get better. I kept pushing on, I kept holding on, I kept focusing on the things I wanted to achieve and the person I knew I wanted to be, or the person I was but wanted to be able to share on the outside too, and I did get to that point eventually. You just have to keep pushing yourself forward, and I promise you will get easier. I have every faith in you that you're going to be okay. I promise things do get easier. You just have to keep pushing. I know everybody always says that, and I remember when I was a teenager, all I could think was, well, when is it going to get better? Because everyone keeps saying it will, but I promise, absolutely will. Just gotta keep holding on, keep pushing yourself forward, and I know that things will get better for you soon. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to read the next few in a second. I'm just going to start getting myself ready for do my makeup. I just want to put my hair up so just I can take a bobble. Remember my ex saying to my face and as they're straight, and I'm like, no, I'm bisexual, but they kept saying I was straight, which I wasn't happy with. They're an ex and they're so toxic, and especially about my disabilities and putting me down. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be in a relationship where it's constantly putting you down and refusing to acknowledge your identity. I'm glad that you are away from that, because that does not sound healthy at all. I'm proud of you for being able to come out of that and recognize those issues when you look back and realize that it wasn't good for you. Good that you know that. Reminder that everyone here is loved. I love every single one of you. Make sure to eat, drink, and tell someone you love them. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love me for who I am, and take care. You're all beautiful people with shining eyes and deserve so much. Thank you, Bonus. It's very sweet of you. Really glad. My parents are not very supportive, but I already know I won't come out to my classmates. Yeah, Alma, honestly, sometimes it's best to just not if you know you're going to be putting in, and it's good that you recognize that, but I promise things will get easier and you will find people you can be yourself with eventually. Sometimes you just have to be patient while you figure those things out, you know. Thank you for the hydrate, Freya. I appreciate it. It 100% gets better. It may not seem like it, and it can get super difficult, and that's okay. We are all human and can struggle no matter our race, gender, body, etc. Keep holding on, you can do this. Absolutely, Freya, 100%. Autistic Angel, take it one step at a time, one day at a time, you know, breathe as you go through it. I know it can be hard, but you'll feel so proud of yourself after, and I'm proud of you for the fact that you're pushing yourself to do it. I know it's going to be easier for you once you get in there. Everything's always scarier when you're thinking about it but don't know what it's going to be like yet. I have absolutely every single faith in you that it's going to be okay. So just try to stay as positive as you can and push forward, and I promise you things will get easier. I know it's tough though. Like, I'm not going to pretend it isn't tough, but I do have like all the faith in the world in you. I know you from being in my streams for so long. You're a wonderful person, Anybody who can't see that is truly not worth being in your life, I promise you. Right, let me get a hair bubble and put my hair up real quick so that we can work on makeup portion of the stream. You absolutely should be so proud of yourself, Autistic Angel, that you're pushing yourself to do it. I'll read that one in just a second, Cole. So for those who don't know, by the way, it is Women's History Month this month, which is very exciting because women are awesome and do amazing things. And did you know that so many of the things that we use in our daily lives were created by women, or at least in some part were invented by women, whether it's the ideas or whether it's part of the invention process or the research process that women were involved in. And did you know that historically, lots of women did not get the credit for some of the things that they created, and unfortunately, men took the credit for them instead, usually because women were afraid they wouldn't be taken seriously if they were to take credit for them themselves. It's actually quite sad. Now, I have got some pages up that I'm going to read through with you guys in a minute and share some of those amazing women from history and also some of the modern women that we have that are incredible and making huge strides in the world. But I do just want to... Oh, thank you for that. I do just want to read a couple more of these people's things really quick so that nobody feels ignored. In the past, I had some people that didn't respect my pronouns and as a person in childhood always disliked me. I was friends with mostly gals, and the years passed. I started living in the UK where I got more accepted as an LGBT person, but there are some different still things here. To say some people from different countries that tell me it's good that I left since no one liked me, which broke my heart, and now I'm feeling a little better but still miss where I used to live. It's really sad to think that there's some places that are worse than others, of course, and I'm glad you're in a safe place though and you feel comfortable in the place that you're in. I'm really sorry that people make you feel bad about yourself though. It is a shame. There are unfortunately just a lot of not nice people in the world. I'm really glad to hear that, Lilia. That makes me really happy to hear. Absolutely, Autistic Angel, you are heard. And I'm so glad you're here. It's gonna be okay. And make sure you let us know how it went. Well. Happy Women's History Month, you guys. You know you are loved and never let anyone say, are you who you are. Lots of people brought me down, maybe you as well, but just know you can do it, never give up. Absolutely, 100%. Sounds good, Autistic Angel. I look forward to it. Look forward to it. Okay. Let me grab my headband. And we're going to start doing some... I haven't done my makeup, you guys, in ages. Because I have been having electrolysis. Because before I move, I wanted to finish the electrolysis process. And so I've been having electrolysis twice a week. And so I haven't been able to wear makeup properly in a while. So this is kind of like... This is kind of like my first time wearing makeup in like a few weeks, actually. I wore some makeup for a party. Birthday party, but I can't remember when that was. I think... I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, Ashley. Thank you. It is a shame that some people have to go through negative things. You are absolutely right. Okay, so do you guys want me to tell you the stuff I'm using? Products I'm going to be using? Or just, do you want me to just chat with you and do the makeup at the same time? Well, Akira, it depends on what you're going to say. Because if you're going to say something about the person negatively just because of sexual orientation, then that is it. Obviously, we don't support. Gonna get out some makeup brushes. What shall we do today? I haven't done my makeup in a while. I'm not actually 100% certain what I want to do. What do you guys think? Should we go for like a nude, understated, like daily makeup kind of look, or should we go for something bold with like orange and gold eyeshadow and red lipstick and really out there? Or should we go for greens and blues? I haven't done that in a while. Or I was gonna say about. If I go with greens and blues, I don't know what lipstick I will use. I have to use a nude one because I don't think that a red lipstick would go with that. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, give me say red or green in the chat, and that'll be what I'll base what I go off of. Because if we go with red, we'll do reds and golds and red lipstick. But if we go with greens, then I'll do like a blue and green eyeshadow and a nude lip. Okay. Purple, green, and white are colours for Women's History Month. Oh, well, perfect. We'll go for like a purpley and greeny colour then, shall we? Okay. To get my eyeshadow palette. By the way, moving, such a nightmare. Like, my room is such a mess. What palette are you going to use? If I'm going to do greens and blues, then I'm going to use... I'm trying to fan on because it's very warm in here. Then I'm going to use... Hopefully the fan isn't audible. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. But it's just too hot to not have it on now. I am going to use my Morphe X Niani palette. This one. Because the greens and blues in it are really nice. Brush. Probably this. Okay. I'm gonna start off with So I have a lot of skin allergies, so I have to use really specific stuff. When I find a product that I can use, I tend to just stick to that product. You see Clem? Yeah, that's Clem asleep in the blanket. Hmm? He's like laid inside the blanket. Hi Patch, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the hydrate. So I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury primer. It's an SPF and primer. How are you, Patch? Little void kitty over there, yeah. I do not, baby. I have to be really careful about the products I use because, like I said, I have quite bad skin allergies. So I try not to use anything that might set them off because my dermatologist can't actually figure out what I'm allergic to, what product in like various skincare and stuff that I'm actually allergic to. So generally speaking, I have to pick stuff, try it, hope I don't react to it, and if I don't, then I keep using it. Because like this, it's kind of like a trial and error kind of thing that I have to go through in order to find stuff that I can actually use. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so If we are not going for red, I'm gonna want to find nude lip. Yep. Okay, so now I've got my primer on. We are going to. I've already wet my brush. I have my sponge. I already have a new one, so it's exciting because my other one was really gross. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. A couple of pumps. My skin is a bit extra dry around my nose lately, so I'm gonna try to avoid powdering it. You know Nikki Tutorials is? I do. I've seen a couple of her videos in the past. I don't normally put concealer on, but the dark circles under my eyes do be getting more intense. You didn't realize my hair was up, so I thought you were bald. Ah. I like how that's where you went to instantly. Like, you didn't go for, oh, she might have just tied her hair up. You went, oh, she's bald now. Like, yeah. During this LGBTQ plus stream, I decided to shave my head. No apparent reason. That's alright, Bill, dear. Okay, so now I've got my foundation on. I am going to use, because now I look like a ghost. Those ghosty vibes. I am going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte powder because it's one of the only ones I'm not allergic to. Bye, Mia. Thank you so much. Have a lovely time. We should be live for another hour and 15 minutes if you decide to pop back in. So, are any of you guys doing anything special for Trans Day of Visibility? We'll obviously talk about it on streams a little bit and talk about the importance of it. But if you're not planning on doing anything in particular, one thing you can do is make sure to send lots and lots of love to the trans people that you know in your life. Because especially, I mean, they'll appreciate it any day, but I imagine more on trans. Which is on the 31st. Sending all the love to all the people. Patch is like the sweetest person in the world, guys. Okay, guys, so I always have to then take a little wipe and just... I always got powder in my nose. And then wipe my lips because I am incapable, as you can see, of not getting my foundation on my lips. Particularly the top one. Hi, Unstoppable Emily. I am very good, thank you. How are you? You're gonna play on the MC server? I hope you have a lovely time. Okay, so next up, I am going to try and remember the order I do my makeup in because it has been a minute since I've properly done my makeup. Hopefully this isn't a disaster. I'm gonna put on some contour because as you can see right now, I am in my ghost era. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. I love it. It gets so dirty though because it... that back in. I'm gonna take Spectrum BO1 brush. Just did. Blend that out. I love makeup and the way that it can like transform your face, but I just get so lazy. I used to wear makeup every single day, but then recently I just got kind of lazy. It means trans. Wait, actually. I'm blanking out for some reason, Ray. Can you type it? I'm blanking out. Like if you type it with a command with the exclamation point at the beginning, it should do that. It should tell you. I'm terrible with acronyms, guys. Trans youth deserve better. There you go. That's what it means. I just blanked out so hard because I can't remember acronyms. You know, like in Royal High, when everybody calls the items various acronyms for in the game. I blank out so hard. I'll be streaming Autistic Angel tomorrow. So if you want to, you can wait till my stream and tell me. That way I can respond to you directly. Because even if you tag me on Discord, because I have my whole notifications turned off on Discord, I'm probably very unlikely to... No problem. Akata, see you soon. Have a lovely rest of your day and thank you so much for coming. Okay, so once I have put on my contour, I would usually put a little bit of bronzing powder on my cheeks as well. But I don't know, guys. I'm kind of feeling how they look right now. I think I've done a pretty good job with the contour, so I don't know if I need a bronzer. I do need a teeny tiny bit more of this here, I think. Now, I sometimes add highlighter, but I'm probably not going to. Also, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm only putting contour on my forehead on stream. I do, even though I know that you should, like, if the wind blows or something, I have bangs. So I don't normally bother, because I'm like, what's the point, you know? Because when I'm inside, the wind's not going to blow the bangs out the way. So I just like, pfft, what's the point? Because no one's going to see it. Okay, so. Do I want to do a little bit of highlighter? I'm not sure. I use a liquid highlighter. I also use the highlighting one from Charlotte Tilbury. The reason I use a liquid highlighter is because I can't use a powder one really because I have really dry skin. So if I use a powder one, it just looks horrible. It just highlights all my dry skin. You didn't used to put makeup on your forehead at all? I couldn't not put my foundation there because I would look so different. It would look silly. Forgot to contour my nose. Null. I splodged a bit much on there, but we'll make it work. Where's my smaller brush? I can't find my smaller brush. I'm going to use it. Okay, let's put a little bit of highlighter in. Okay. Now, I'm going to put a tiny little bit of blush on. I'm going to use again another Charlotte Tilbury thing. Because I both like the Charlotte Tilbury stuff, but also I don't get really bad allergy reactions to it, which is why I use a lot of it. I'm gonna use the either side. Just to brighten my cheeks a tiny little bit, you know? You gonna tell us a story? Okay, good. Go ahead. Hey guys, I'm actually kind of feeling this makeup today. Feeling pretty good about it. What do you think? Bye Freya, thanks so much for coming. I hope you have a lovely rest of your night. Thank you so much. What do we think, guys? Okay. Fix my eyebrows. I have them tinted and waxed, so I don't really do much with those except just brush them a little bit. Okay, so eyes. Let's do the eyes now. Do I want to wear eyeliner? I'm probably going to want to wear eyeliner. I'm going to be doing eyeshadow. I am going to need another mirror because I don't have a proper mirror. 1 second. Watch the mirror. Mirror acquired. It's on my ever-reducing space on my desk. Oh, wow. I'm actually kind of happy with how this has gone today so far. I shall take it. I shall take it. Okay, so green base with blue base with two-tone kind of ombre. Trying to decide. Maybe we'll go for like a two-tone kind of thing. Let's start with blue. Blue's brighter than the green. Let's start with green. I'm so indecisive. Have some thoughts about what I'm gonna do here. And a lighter. I'm gonna add I'm not very good at eyeshadow, so I don't really do it very often. I'm sorry to hear that, Autistic Angel. I really wish there was something I could do. But I do promise you, you focus on pushing forward as much as you can. Things will get better. Remind yourself of the reasons why you want to keep pushing on. The things you hope to achieve. So guys, have you guys heard of Anna Mae Wong before? In case you didn't know, Anna Mae Wong, despite rampant racism during that time, was one of Hollywood's first ever Asian American movie stars. She was also the first Asian American to be in a TV show. You may know, if you have one, that in 2022, the US printed some quarters that have her face on them as part of like a American women's quarters program to print more money that had inspirational women's faces on them, from women who've made historical or culturally significant impacts on the world. Couldn't think of the word then for a second. I think it's pretty inspiring because you can't imagine how difficult it must have been during that time to be in like Hollywood during that time, to be in something where people are watching you all the time, judging you and holding you to unrealistic expectations, especially with racism at that time. Be on TV, to be in the movies, must have been incredibly difficult and overwhelming. And yet, she pushed through it, and now, I think everybody should know her name. And lots of people do know. Impact that she has lasting. She was honoured with a Hollywood Walk of Fame star as well. Which, well deserved. You guys know who Shonda Rhimes is? She's the creator of really popular shows like Bridgerton, Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, things that you guys have probably seen at some point. She's pretty cool as well. I thought this comment that she made was really cool. On an interview, she said, "We still comment when we see a woman of a different size on television. We still comment when a main character is a little bit older than we're used to seeing, or if somebody is differently abled. We still comment on somebody of a different ethnicity as though it's not the norm. But in the real world, that is the norm. You look around and see people of all kinds, and right now, you don't see women of all kinds on television." And I think that is such an inspirational thing to say, because when representation and diversity is included on TV or in movies, people say it's like being woke, or, you know, bending to people's expectations to provide them with what they want. But in reality, it's just accurate representation of a real, diverse world. We are in a very diverse world filled with so many different types of people, so many different ethnicities, gender identities, sexual orientations, races, beliefs. A diverse world is filled with lots of different types of people. The TV being primarily white men is not an accurate representation of what the real world is truly like. And if you've ever watched a show that she has created, you will probably notice the amount of diversity in that show, whether it's the writing, whether it's the actors. If you haven't watched one, definitely. I think she's pretty inspirational. Tell me, guys, tell me the names of some inspirational women, whether historical or modern, that you have heard of. P.D. Lamar, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks come to mind first. Well, of course, because these are all women that have done incredible things. But there are so many as more women that do things all the time and don't have recognition. And one of the main categories, or sets of categories rather, of women I think do not get enough recognition are things that we probably should be paying a lot of attention to. And I'm talking about people like domestic workers, cleaners and engineers and others. People who are doing everything they can every single day to just get through the day. People who no doubt do have big dreams, but can't always pursue them because they have to work on the day-to-day just so that they can get through the day-to-day because they have children to feed or bills to pay or whatever it might be that they have going on in their lives. And so I think that it would be a good takeaway from this stream today for everybody to message a woman in their life who they think is inspirational and remind them of that. Remind them of how proud you are of them, the things they achieve, even if they might not think the things they achieve are important. Yeah, even if it's just your mom, for example. Moms sacrifice a lot for their children. Okay, so I'm just adding some eyeliner in an attempt to make this look nice. But I'm aware that I'm really bad at eyeliner, so it's probably going to look horrendous. And also, my eyes bend weird because I have hooded eyelids, look. So when I rest my eyes, my eyeshadow just disappears because of my hooded eyelids. So normally I will put it all the way up so that you can actually see it when my eyes are down because of my hooded eyelids, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that today because it'll be a pain to take it off. I need to take care of myself after this stream. I've been majorly slipping on hygiene and such. Honestly, Atlas, I get it. Sometimes it's really hard. Especially when you feel... Don't put too much pressure on yourself or be too hard on you. It's good that you recognize and want to work on those things. Don't be too hard on you. The eyes can just never look the same, can they? Never just be nice to me and go just as well on both sides. I haven't worn eye makeup, you guys, in so long. Like, I do my makeup occasionally at the moment. I used to wear it every day, but I've not been doing my eye makeup. The biggest problem that I've been having is that over the last few months, I've been down a lot because of various reasons. I've gained a lot of weight because of it, and my self-esteem has just been so bad because of it, you know, because of society's horrendous ideas of what bodies, especially women's bodies, should look like. I've been so hard on myself to the point where I'm sure many of you guys noticed this is my first time using face cam on a stream in probably months now. Because I didn't want anybody to see me. Just hope that I'm in a position to get it under control, but you know, being really hard on myself recently. Okay, so I'm just gonna probably put some new lipstick on, and I need to put a little bit of eyeshadow, mascara on. Okay. Pop this on. I'm using the Too Faced mascara, by the way. I use it in brown because I just like brown mascara better than black. I normally actually use brown eyeliner too, but I couldn't find it. Need a new one because this is drying up really bad. I was actually going to draw on some fake freckles. I think that's going to be a little bit more effort than it's worth. Eyeliner's so difficult. You guys have no idea how long it took me to even be able to do the eyeliner I do now, and it's still not perfect. I don't do eyeliner if I'm ever making a YouTube video anymore, because people kept commenting, like, what is that eyeliner? Like, and saying, like, that they thought it was terrible. I was like, yeah, I'm probably just gonna skip the eyeliner for now. It's like, I'm aware that I'm not very good at it, but there's only one way to get good at things, right? You gotta try. I'm good, thank you, Love Kid Crow. How are you? Thanks for coming by, even if you can't stay for very long. It's nice to see. Okay. Look at how long my bottom lashes always look. I wish my top lashes looked as long. My bottom ones always look really long. They're my actual lashes. I wish my top ones looked like that too. Thank you, I appreciate that. This is my favorite lipstick and lip liner, by the way. The Charlotte Tilbury. It's called Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. And lipstick is Mrs. Kiss. Is that a mirror or a tablet? It's a mirror, but it has like lights around it. But the battery died. Oh no, wait. I replaced the batteries. I'm sat here using it without the light for no reason. I don't remember replacing the batteries, but I guess I did. Little bit of setting spray. I'm just gonna pack all this up and then I'll sort my hair out. What do you guys have planned for this weekend? Anything good? What are you doing? Fancy or nice? I have the one with the batteries. Batteries are dead. I haven't changed them for years. Yeah. I mean, I have bright lights in here anyway, so... But I actually have a dressing table. I just don't ever use it because I'm always sat at my desk instead. I've got a dressing table literally next to it with a big mirror. Okay. Ew, my hair looks gross now. Okay. What are we thinking? Oh. I don't have any ribbons, but funnily enough that you said that, I actually just ordered some ribbons for the back of my head because now I can't tie my hair up in like big up more obviously because of hair extension. I actually just ordered some ribbons specifically for putting in the back of my hair when I tie it up in like ponytails, if that makes sense. I would just love it if my own hair would grow this long, because then I wouldn't have to like mix my natural hair into the extension. There we go. My natural hair just doesn't want to grow very long, unfortunately. But I'm hopeful that maybe with the extensions, it will grow underneath it, and then maybe one day I wouldn't need extensions. You never know. Ah, there's a hair stuck somewhere. Go away. Okay. What do we think? What do we think? Thoughts and opinions? That was actually quite fun. I haven't done a makeup, like, get rid of me stream in ages. That was actually quite nice. Made a nice change from the usual. There. Let's have a look, shall we? Is there anything that you guys would like to continue talking up and share with me that I missed while we were doing the makeup part and talking and stuff? Thank you, number one. Appreciate that. Very kind of you. Women in Palestine, maybe. I can imagine that it's a very difficult, very difficult time right now. I can't imagine how unbelievably complicated and difficult it is. And I don't want to get like super political on the stream, but the whole thing really annoys me and I get really mad about it. You guys know because I talk about it a lot on my own streams. Not really what, Glitchy Cookie? I want to get extensions, but I don't know how expensive they would be and what would be a good brand. It all depends on the type of hair, how you have them done. Because you can have like glued in extensions, you can have clipped in extensions, you can have removable clip-ins and you can add whenever you want and take them out when you don't want them. There's like so many different types of extensions. Mine are nano beads, which means they're all individual like pieces of like clumps of hair, like individual pieces, which they then pull up a piece of your hair through the loop and then clamp a bead onto it. Because I didn't want glue on my hair. I was concerned about how that would potentially damage my hair. My hair is all synthetic, like it's not human hair. Because human hair is also really expensive. And it's like human hair is more expensive, but it matches better with your hair. And then I have synthetic. But I think they did a really good job colour matching my natural hair to the extensions. I think it goes really well. Thanks, Barbie. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm confused, Legit Cookie, why you said not really. Since you should tell an important woman we're proud of them, I'm proud of you. B, I know it's silly. I don't have anybody else to tell, but I'm proud of you. Well, thank you. It's very kind of you. I do appreciate it. The only thing, I just wish that I could get my natural hair to fit a little bit better with the extensions, because right now it looks kind of fine. But every now and again, when I'm styling it, there's like a part where you can see like the natural hair sticking out and it's kind of annoying. For the most part... right, I see, Elise. That makes sense. I think for the most part, it goes quite well. Right now, this is annoying me because it's sticking out for some reason instead of just resting nicely. Rather annoying. But you know, it is what it is. Have you guys been doing the Roblox hunt and stuff like that recently? Have you been participating in it? I think, you've done a few, but not many. Yeah, I got kind of irritated as well. Just to be clear as well, guys, I do think that this year's Trans Day visibility is going to be a really important one, especially for you if you are not trans, with supporting your trans friends and being an ally to them. As you guys know, the last sort of year or two, the amount of like anti-trans political bills, anti-trans sentiment, the amount of nastiness that has come up over the last few months and last year especially is extremely concerning. And I think that this Trans Day visibility on March 31st is going to be so important because a lot of people like me myself have been feeling more scared than usual. I have absolutely been feeling more scared than I normally do just because of this kind of significant anti-trans sentiment and stuff that's been going on. And I think it would be really nice if, even if you aren't trans yourself, you try really hard to be kind and thoughtful towards trans people, even if it's just sharing on your social medias or reminding your friends or things like that that you support trans people, even if it's just like put a little nice post on your Facebook page that says that you support people or whatever, because you never know who could be friends with you or following you and who could be significantly impacted positively by that. Sometimes you may have friends that you don't even know trans because they haven't come out because maybe they're afraid, but your kind message or kind post could mean the world to them and seriously make them feel accepted and comfortable and maybe even be able to come out to you. And I think it's really important that you share that love and support as much as you can. And that doesn't just mean with trans people, with all kinds of people, whether that's LGBTQ plus people or, you know, making sure that you are making it very clear that you are against racism, for example, or so many different things like that can make a huge difference in people's lives. I especially know that especially as a person, love to see when my friends or family share something that is supportive towards trans people. It means a lot to me. It makes me feel so much more supported, and I think it's super important. So especially on Trans Day visibility, but every day that you're able to remind people that you support trans people and be kind, I think is super important. And I'm so grateful to all of you who do that. And also, yes, exactly what Patch just said. If you are old enough to do so, register to vote. Make sure you have your voice heard. If you don't vote, then your voice is not heard. Make sure that you are going out to the polls and making sure that what you think and what you feel is being represented in the politicians that we are voting into power. Especially this year, the elections are so important in both the UK and the US. It's election year in both countries. Both countries are currently at risk from being controlled by severely nasty, harmful conservative governments who are against LGBTQ plus people and are taking away their rights. We see them doing it already. You can see in the States the way that so many anti-trans bills are being passed by Republicans. You can see that in the UK, the NHS were taking away the right for transgender youth to have access to puberty blockers, taking away healthcare for trans minors. There are so many ways that this government is showing you constantly that these conservative governments are not holding your best interests at heart, that they are going to go against you and the people you care about. And it's important that you use your voice. Of course, it's not my place to influence you to vote and how you vote and place my political opinions on you. But if you are here right now, that tells me that you are either an LGBTQ plus person yourself or an ally, and so you need to make sure you make informed decisions and make sure your voice is heard. If you are a minor who is not able to vote, perhaps you're just not old enough yet, whatever it might be, there are still other ways you can get involved. Talk to the adults in your life about how they're going to be voting. It's obviously their private business how they vote, and you don't have to ask them how they're going to vote, but you can share with them how you would like them to vote. You can share with them how their votes could impact you and your life and your friends' lives and the people you care about's lives as well. You can share your visions, your thoughts, your feelings with them, which obviously can help a lot too. There are lots and lots of ways that you can share your thoughts, your feelings with the people you care about so that they can make informed decisions with voting as well, particularly if you're somebody who uses social media but the older adults in your lives don't, because lots of those people are obviously kind of ill-informed with a lot of these issues because they go basically what media says off of what the media says, which is often very heavily centered or leaning towards people who are anti-LGBTQ+. So it's really important that you share your views, share your thoughts, talk about these things. Even if you're not old enough to vote, your opinions matter, so please make sure your voices are heard and make sure that you are able to do what you need to do in order to vote. It's really sad, but I just about missed the voting criteria for the general election this year. I'll have to wait another 4 years. You have no idea how infuriating it was for me being 17 in 2016. 2016 was such a pivotal year for voting in both the UK and the US, and I was completely powerless, and it frustrated me so much that I was literally only a few months away from being allowed to vote. But even if you can't vote yet, you can make sure that your opinion and voice is heard. You can share that with people. There are ways that you can make sure that your views and your beliefs are listened to by just talking to the people around you who can vote and sharing those opinions and thoughts with people, whether that's you using your platforms, using your voice. There are so many ways that you can. You can campaign in school, you can campaign to your parents, you can campaign in local support networks and campaigns. That there are plenty of youth groups that offer opportunities for these type of things. All you have to do is look into it, quick Google, and it's pretty easy for you to see. So yeah, you can find everything you need to find. You're 24, I'm 25. I think that's really important, Elise, and I'm grateful that you do that. It's very kind of you. The stream is really educational, interesting. I'm new to Twitch, by the way. Well, welcome to Twitch, and I'm really glad that you made it here. Yeah, my personal Twitch is bplays. If you look at the title of the stream, it says @bplays on it, and you can hover over it, and it lets you follow there if you want. How did I not know this? I don't understand, Glitchy Cookie. Why would you know how old I am anyway? How old did you think I was? Little dear, I did the bead hair extensions because they're reusable for a start. Every time that you can reuse them for between 12 to 18 months. By having when they grow out, the beads are just crushed and then they lift them up again, which I think is really nice. The beads don't damage my hair as much as like glue would, and because it's synthetic hair, it wasn't super expensive. Extensions are not super cheap, and I don't know how much they are in the US, but they weren't too bad here. Oh, I was 20? Well, not that far off, right? Thank you, Mia. I appreciate that's very kind of you to say. Yes, you can vote at 18, yeah. In England, and I think the US is the same. I don't need my hair more damage than it already is. Yeah, do some damage. It does damage them. Just do some research. It does damage them a little bit. Like, they're not perfect. Is that your cat on your bed? Yes, it absolutely is. He's asleep in the background. Well, he's moving now, actually. He was asleep in the background, but now he's moving around. By the way, did you guys know it's been 10 years since I started my YouTube channel? And yeah, it's been 10 whole years. I started my YouTube channel when I was 15, which is so wild. By the way, guys, this is totally off topic, by the way, but I was curious if you've seen these. Have you seen those, like, random Disney videos where somebody turns Disney movies or other, like, fairly innocent movies into, like, really weird, like, they edit them really weird? So I was watching one, it's called Angled, the YouTube video, and it's, like, Tangled, edited, and it's so funny. They just made it hilarious. Like, it's not actual Disney that makes them. Somebody just edits them, and I think it's so funny. Someone made a reel about Andy from Toy Story and it... Oh! Ew! He's a child! That's gross! He's an adult in the end, I suppose, but ew. That's really weird. Yeah, so anyway, it's been 10 whole years, which I think is so wild. And yeah, I feel so lucky to get to be here and do this and make these streams and make these videos and share my experiences with you guys and just be here. It's really nice. You went to a neurologist today and they upped my meds. My seizures have been more frequent. Oh, I'm really glad to hear they went to a neurologist. Do they think it could help? I'm really sorry to hear that your procedures have got worse, though. I hope you're doing well, Malaya, other than that. I haven't seen you in a little while. I hope you're doing okay. Hi, Love Dream. How are you? It's nice to see you. My favorite Disney movie ever? Probably Beauty and the Beast. I think it's got a good level, like an underlying message of teaching you to like see the love behind the outside surface, if that makes sense. Did you watch the film Wish to Celebrate 100? I didn't. I haven't watched anything Disney in quite a long while, actually. I'm gonna let my Discord know that we're still live here, so they can come share stories. On, it gets better. Okay, just let people know that we're still live if they want to come hi and spread some love. Can we shout out? Yeah, go for it, Caspia. Absolutely, you can. Yes. We have about 16-ish minutes left of the stream, so please do. You can share your stories, ask questions, whatever. Is that a new piece on your mic? Yeah. So every time someone sends me a bracelet in the mail to my PO box, I pop it on my microphone. And so this, I added a couple of new ones. I actually think there is another one that needs to be added, actually, but I don't know where I put it. I have another one somewhere because I don't know if you guys heard, but my original PO box, I never received any of the mail from it, the first one I had. So I closed it and opened a new one. But I always assumed that nobody was going to send me anything because I never got anything to the first one. Literally about 3 weeks ago, I received a ton of mail from the post office, from Royal Mail. And I was like, where has all this mail come from? This isn't the normal PO box address. Turns out all the mail that had been sent to me in 2022 to my old PO box went missing, and they found it and sent it to me. So in other words, loads of people who'd sent me letters, I didn't even know that they were there. And I felt so bad because all those people never got a reply from me 2 years ago because I didn't even know they sent a letter. But I do have them now, so now I can... Yeah, even Christmas cards. So now I can at least write back to those people. So yeah, at least I can reply to those people now. It makes me feel a bit better. Which of my channels are still active? I got super burned out. Total honesty. I got super burned out and tired. And after like all of the nastiness that I was receiving on Twitter and stuff before I left Twitter, I was just like, I can't... I'm over this, if that makes sense. So I decided it was time for me to do something else. And so I started focusing on streaming instead. And that's been where I've been putting my focus on live streaming here on Twitch the most instead. I do post on my main channel a little bit. My B Players and Friends channel is active because I upload like once a week on there. And I'm going to continue uploading once a week on there. And then my vlog channel is active because I am starting to post again. I've got a vlog coming out this Saturday where you guys will get to meet my fiance for the first time because we went on a little vacation together. So that's coming out on Saturday. And then I have vlogs coming out every week after that. I'm just kind of doing whatever I want to do at the moment. Just like whatever brings me joy at the time. That's it. Oh, it depends on what's making me happy. You missed the vlogs. I'm glad to hear that because I was getting I always feel sad that people aren't that bothered about when I vlog, if that makes sense. It makes me kind of happy to know that you guys enjoy the vlogs and enjoy what I make when I share my real life stuff. Me and my mom are gonna work on a bunch of vlogs before I move and share some more stuff with you guys, and then I want to do like moving vlogs with you because I've got a whole house to decorate and organize, and then there's a bunch of other stuff I need to do, and then road trips. I'm so excited to start doing some more road trips. Malaya, I think it's somewhere in the Discord. It might be in the welcome chat. It is. It's in the welcome chat. Let me see. Oh, thank you. That's how my father passed because my grandma from my stepmother's side just last week now going to have funeral tomorrow. I'm sorry to hear you have a phobia of that. I'm sorry, Alpha, but I really hope it goes well for you and being around your family makes you feel supported, comfortable, I hope. Crossed. Caspia, let me just read that message. Just give me 1 sec, because I need to scroll back up to it. Growing up, I knew I was different. I felt different. I didn't want to be normal. I dressed up in female costumes, dresses, and wore heels. My parents are very discouraging about it, and I told me to be more like a boy. I didn't really feel like a boy, or at least a normal boy. Growing up now and living through my teen years was rough, and I finally understand now that fashion has no gender and makeup is for everyone, and I can love who I want to love. You absolutely can. You absolutely can, and that is completely true, and I'm so glad that you recognize that. You 1000% can wear makeup if you're a boy or a girl or whatever gender identity you have. You absolutely can wear whatever clothes you want. They should not be gendered. You should be allowed to express yourself however you like. And I think it's wonderful that you recognize that. And I think it's wonderful that now you're able to be more free and be able to be more of who yourself, of who you are. Thank you, Ashley, for the kind words about the vlogs. It does mean a lot to me. Let me see. And Babinski as well. I'm so glad you're doing well, Malaya, by the way. Minus the seizure thing, of course. I'm really sorry to hear that, Caspia. That's really sad. But you won't be treated differently here, because we all love and appreciate you. Very, very much. Have you seen the new Stardew Valley update? Have not. What is it? People seem to be hyped about it, but like, because I see people streaming it and stuff. I saw one of the It Gets Better ambassadors is streaming it. What goes on in the new update? What is it? Curious now. I haven't played Stardew in ages. Maybe that's something I should be playing on here sometime. There's a new farm and a lot of just regular changes like winter outfits and new content, nothing crazy. Well, people love Stardew Valley there, so I can't blame them. I'm honestly probably gonna play the new Stardew update, to be honest. I do love Stardew. I just haven't played it in ages. It's kind of a thing that I play by myself these days and not with other people. But I don't know. Maybe I should play it with other people too sometime. Maybe I should play it on stream with friends. What do you guys think? I will obsess over any update Stardew has. Start a new save. The only problem with starting a new save is I feel like I get bored. It's been so long. But I could maybe. Salik Jamon, those type of viewpoints are very old-fashioned. And unfortunately, they're not welcome in a place like this. Yeah, me neither. Just ignore that, you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think if I was going to play Stardew again, I'd have to play with other people. I agree with your logic. I don't know if it'd be fun to play on my own anymore. Okay. Yes, be yourself. Don't listen to people like that, you guys. You should absolutely always be proud of who you are. In my next It Gets Better stream, in case you're interested, it will be on the 20th of next month because I stream on the 20th every month on the channel. We are going to be talking about dealing with unacceptance. So if you guys are somebody who's struggling with being unaccepted by people around you, whether that's your peers, your friends, family, whomever it might be, we're going to be talking a lot about unacceptance next time. And we're also going to be playing Overwatch at the same time because I think Overwatch is a good game to play because the characters have a lot of diversity. There's a lot of LGBTQ characters in it. So I think it will be cool to do some stuff with that and talk about those things. Now, I was actually just thinking, I don't know if I kind of want to play Overwatch. I kind of feel like I should stream again on my channel after this stream finishes. and play some more Overwatch. If you guys are interested. And I kind of want to celebrate 10 years as well as a YouTuber. I just want to message my fiance and ask if he'd like to play with me. Yeah, so the next stream's going to be a little bit about, mostly about unacceptance. Play some Overwatch at the same time, things like that. And I think it'd be really nice. Okay. He hasn't messaged me back yet, but would you guys like it? If I were to go back live on my channel for a little bit and we do some Overwatch? Is that of interest to you? Little late night vibes. Okay. Yeah? I feel like I did this makeup for a reason. I'd like to use it as well, you know? That's alright, Logic. No problem. Okay. No problem. Okay. 30-day watch streak. That is so many. That's wild. I know. I'm honestly blown away by the 10-year mark. Like, it's kind of mind-blowing, really. Autistic Angel, I don't think that's stupid. I think that's really, really kind. Sweet. I think it's really kind and sweet of you to care so much about me knowing who you are. And I appreciate you so much for being here and being a part of this community. Way more than I could ever express in words. Yeah, okay. We will keep streaming for a bit, guys. And I'm going to be back here on the It Gets Better channel again on the 20th of next month. I'll probably be a little bit more energetic because we're playing games instead of just sitting and chatting. But I hope you enjoyed the makeup segment. I hope you enjoyed chatting with me, sharing your stories. Honestly, I always have a conversation topic in mind, but then every single time we go off on just chatting with you guys about life and stuff. And honestly, I'm okay with that because I really do like listening to your stories and sharing my thoughts with you guys and just, you know, being there for you. I think it's nice to get to support you guys, and I'm grateful for you being here and giving me the opportunity to listen to your stories, listen to the things that you're experiencing and sharing those things with me. It does mean a lot to me and I'm very, very thankful. So thank you for being here and just sharing it with me. You guys are all so wonderful and I really truly wish you nothing but the best. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, whether that's you're coming to my stream next or if you're just going to go vibe or whatever, that's fine. But nonetheless, I just wanted to tell you all that you are so loved. You are so wonderful. Thank you for the hydrate reminder, Logic. And I'll see you all in my stream on my channel. And if you're not coming to that, I'll see you on the 20th for more It Gets Better. Okay. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being yourselves. I'll see you on the 20th. Happy Trans Day Visibility. Happy early Trans Day Visibility in advance. And happy Women's History. You're amazing and wonderful and I love you. I will be reminding you of this forever. Oh my gosh, what is it? Okay. I love you guys. Remember, you are wonderful. And I can't wait to move and have a better backdrop again. Alright. See you all soon. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.